I think it's a scumball activity.
I would short it if there was an easy way to do it.
So there you have it. You have Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger. One of them was calling it a scumball activity. The other saying, Bill Gates saying he would short this thing if he could. And you're saying they're all wrong.
Yeah. Well, look, not everybody is right all the time. And I think we have to acknowledge that we all have biases. And look, I'm a disciple of Buffett and Munger. And one of the things that they have said for years, which I believe, is you define a circle of competence and you stay within it. And I think it's been clear in his entire investing career that technology is not in his circle of competence. And so the only technology name that he's owned is Apple. I mean, you could claim that IBM was a technology company. That's borderline.
Hello and welcome back to Cryptollennium. A lot of good news today. ATPOS surges 343% to a new all-time high. ADA is getting set for its new DJED stablecoin release in the next week. Will it hit $1? Banking giant Goldman Sachs ranks Bitcoin as the world's best performing asset. And a couple of side pieces, Elon Musk's Tesla held onto its Bitcoin in Q4 despite market turbulence. Now, I know a lot of us are under the notion that Tesla sold all of its Bitcoin. That is incorrect. Tesla sold a majority of its Bitcoin, but it still holds 9,720 Bitcoin. Decentraland continues to expand as it goes to the dogs, as Pedigree brings canine adoption to the metaverse. FTX creditors included Apple, Netflix, and Coinbase. According to court documents, the expansive creditor matrix encompasses numerous businesses in several countries caught up in the collapse of FTX, so they were borrowing money from all of these companies. And we might as well stay up to date with DCG, as it is the parent company of Grayscale. Its woes do continue as it has laid off over 500 employees. Cryptocurrency exchange Luno fired 330 employees today, January 25th, joining other DCG companies in cutting headcounts. So Luno is an exchange also owned by DCG. Before we know it, we'll hear something about Grayscale, so stay tuned. And with all this said, please like and subscribe and let's dig in. As you can see, Bitcoin is above $23,000, fighting to maintain its current level. ATPOS surged 343% to new all-time highs amid renewed interest in L1 blockchains. ATPOS APT, the layer 1 proof-of-stake blockchain developed by ex-Meta staff that supports smart contracts and decentralized applications, has been one of the biggest winners this January, with the token surging more than 343% in the last 30 days. Take a look here. The chart does not lie. The V-shaped recovery for APT comes after a somewhat tumultuous start despite raising $350 million in 2 rounds of funding in 2022 from A16Z, Tiger Global, and Multicoin Capital, among others. In July, the company raised $150 million in a Series A financing round led by Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX Ventures and Jump Crypto. The ATPOS blockchain uses a Rust-based programming language that, according to its white paper, can process more than 130,000 transactions per second. You might be asking yourself what led to this pump. According to on-chain analysis, not much is clear. Volume is small. Even under the community section, ATPOS remains in control of 80% of community supply, which some say unfairly positions early adopters, developers, and investors. $1 ADA price beckons as Cardano's DJED stablecoin is finally scheduled for launch next week. Much anticipated DJED stablecoin is scheduled for launch next week, fostering expansion and novel applications in the rapidly developing decentralized finance sector of the Cardano ecosystem. Announced yesterday, we are pleased to share another update about DJED's progress and to inform you that the launch is scheduled for next week. Coti is a platform optimized for creating price-stable coins and soon-to-be official issuer of DJED, announced Tuesday. When launched, DJED will become the first decentralized and over-collateralized stablecoin built on Cardano. DJED will be backed by ADA and use Shen as a reserve coin. Shen will ensure DJED's stability by guaranteeing the peg and collateralization rate of the stablecoin. Meanwhile, while the news is yet to impact the price of Cardano's native token, ADA, the crypto community is stoked at the vast improvements and capabilities that the stablecoin will bring to the ecosystem. However, I will disagree with this statement. As we all know, if you've been watching ADA for the last month or so, you would know that it was up around, let's say 35 to 40%. So not quite yet true. It's up significantly higher than its counterparts. Many hope that the launch of DJED will give the price the much needed boost towards $1. Now, will it hit $1? Personally, if you want my personal opinion, I don't believe it'll go that far up. If it does, I might be bummed out that I wasn't in it, but it is a good time to practice risk management. And before we close things off, banking giant Goldman Sachs ranks Bitcoin as the world's best performing asset, ahead of gold, US Treasury, the S&P 500, and others. Banking giant Goldman Sachs ranks Bitcoin in the top 1 best performing asset year to date. According to Goldman Sachs, Bitcoin has outperformed its cryptocurrency pairs and those major financial institutions of the traditional market with a risk-adjusted return Sharpe ratio of 3.1. The Sharpe ratio is used to measure market volatility, adjusted performance. The higher the ratio, the better the investment, currency, or stock in terms of risk-adjusted returns. In contrast with Goldman Sachs' report, according to an annual report by CoinGecko, Bitcoin is the worst performing asset among other major currencies with a significant decline of 64%. CoinGecko also noted that since January 2022, the trading volume in the spot market has decreased by 67%. I'm assuming the parameters that CoinGecko went by are completely different than the parameters that Goldman Sachs based their report on. And Bitcoin's year-to-date solid rally has shifted market sentiment. Analysts seem to be bullish on the short term, expecting the cryptocurrency to increase to as much as $30,000. However, in the long term, economist Lynn Alden said that Bitcoin could be in considerable danger in the second quarter of 2023 as liquidity risks do increase. As the price of Bitcoin consolidates below resistance zones, the cryptocurrency is looking for a trendline break to positive itself above the 24,500 level, representing its next obstacle. The rising 20-day moving average at $20,700 and the RSI in the overbought zone near 80 suggests that BTC's bullish trendline can continue and conquer new regions. Conversely, bears are ready to stall the Bitcoin price action to the upside and turn the momentum and direction of the market, but bulls seem to be unwilling to surrender. Speculation is on the rise with no certainties in the market and the upcoming FOMC, Federal Open Market Committee meetings. With that said, practice extreme caution as you don't want to get wrecked with Bitcoin this high off the ground. If you made it this far, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.